What is a bowler's favorite fairy tale? Pinocchio. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Happy Monday, and thank you for being here with me tonight. I hope you're doing very well. I hope my microphone sounds all right. It's a little low. If my stomach, like physically low, my microphone, if my stomach growls, you're going to be able to hear it very well. I should try and shift this upward. Well, that's not going to happen. It is what it is. Welcome in, my friends. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I don't know if I've said that yet, but it is certainly the case that I wish you all well. I'm very grateful to have you here tonight. We have Game and Fit first in chat, but apparently returning back to us a little later tonight. Greg's Retro Channel close behind. Lucent Jelly, Tip Touches Water. Welcome in, welcome in. Dead Zergling, welcome in. Thank you for being here. We've got 2 games tonight. If you saw the schedule in the Discord, or you heard me say last week what we were doing tonight, ignore it. I found another game I want to play, and we're doing that instead. So we're going to start with a bit of Jump King. Approximately 2 hours, maybe a little less. We'll see, depending on how it's going. If I make it back up there to the cats really quickly, and I stay up there, I may be motivated to stick with Jump King longer, but I might abandon it at like an hour and a half or so if I'm having a really bad night. But we're going to play a lot of Jump King this week, and we're also going to play this new game. Fingers crossed that it is a pleasant experience. It's called Animal Well. And I don't know a whole lot about it, but it looks like it might be really neat. But that's coming up a little later. How you doing tonight, Frownie? I'm doing well, Tip. I'm doing well. Had a somewhat busy weekend. Did a lot of yard work. Tired myself out. Still have a lot more yard work ahead of me to do. Pine trees. Pine trees are a nightmare. They're a nightmare to have in your yard. I don't recommend them. I thought of a reason the joke is relevant. Pins fall down, as does Jump King. I think you may have misheard, Zergling. Derek Ocean, welcome in, Derek. My buddy was playing that second game. All I know is a YouTuber made it, I guess. So I don't want to know anything about it, so... You know, I'm not doing any research on it. We'll see what I think of it when I play it. Did something Sunday I had not done in over 2 decades, Zergling says. A pull-up. GG, Zergling. I can't honestly say when the last time I did a pull-up was. And if I had to do one... If I had to do one right now, it may not be possible. Uh-oh. Ended up doing 3 total, separately, not in a row. That's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. If I did a pull-up, I'd probably break my arms, Greg says. Yeah. Yeah. I doubt I could... I have doubts I could even manage it. Unless I had an extreme adrenaline boost from, like, a life or death situation. And even then, I don't know. But if I did pull it off, I'd probably only do one, and then I would probably be incapacitated for several days. Even then, I'd be in trouble, Greg says. Pull down. Yeah, I could probably more easily do a pull down. Yeah, collapse the bar down to me. Hey, Stat Cat, welcome in. Hope you are doing very well. The only pull-ups I currently do are pulling myself out of bed. I have been doing pull downs of a sort, actually. That yard work. I've been pulling branches down so I could cut them out of the tree. Got all these low-hanging branches. I can't hardly walk around the yard without smacking my face in a branch. So I'm trying to amend that. I'm trying to modify every tree so that they no longer have any branches low enough to hit my face. But there's a few to deal with. I only have so much time and energy per day. So it's going to be an ongoing project. I took the day off, but I'm going to be out there again tomorrow. Well, thank you for the Prime sub, Stat Cat. Thank you for the, what are we up to, 16 months? My goodness, that's almost a year. But thank you very much. Thank you very much, Stat Cat. Started watching the new Doctor Who series. It's been good. I'm actually new to the series, Derek says. Yeah, Doctor Who is something I'm pretty woefully ignorant of. I can recognize... Like, I recognize the phone booth and the robot and some of the actors. I think I know when I see them, but I've never seen an episode or anything. I don't think I'm ever going to make the time for it. It's one of those things. It's like Star Trek. It's just, there's just too much of it. And it's a time travel thing, right? I don't know how much I don't know how much I'm really even into time travel as a genre. I've been so busy, I haven't watched any Twitch streams in the past several months. I mean, it hasn't gone unnoticed that I haven't been able to see you around these parts all that often, but I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. Life life has its many demands. Things have calmed down now, so I'm all good. Very good to hear. Oh, the bog. Hey, next, welcome in. Nintendo's doing a June Direct. I think it's going to be more chill, because the Switch 2 is next year, I'm guessing, Derek says. I'm always pretty happy when Nintendo does their Directs. I like to scrub through them after the fact and see if there's anything coming up. I would guess though, if Nintendo is working on anything, it's probably just more remakes. If they really are putting out the Switch 2, you know, next year, they're probably going to want to save any new games for that. Meanwhile, I think Frownie just assumes I'm always staring at his Twitch channel 24/7. Zergling says it does seem that way sometimes. Zergling. I don't know. I don't know that I would say staring at the channel 24/7, but it does feel like there may always be a background tab. It would seem our schedule. It would seem either you never sleep or our schedules just line up really well. Next says, I'm happy games exist right now. You may not be feeling the same. There have been times on this Jump King journey. There have been times where if I could have snapped my fingers and made all video games, including Jump King, cease to exist, I might have done it. There have been times where Jump King has made me feel like that. But never again, never again. Jump King and I are the very best of friends now. All past wrongs have been forgiven and forgotten. There's nothing but love in my heart for Jump King. I'm excited for the Switch 2, StatCat says. If the leak specs are any indicator, should be decently powered. I'm not excited for the Switch 2. I'm not excited for the Switch 2 because I'm perfectly happy with the Switch 1. If Nintendo just wanted to coast on the Switch 1 for 10 more years, I wouldn't complain. Because I'm a retro guy. I don't need anything new and fancy. And I like to keep up with Nintendo, so that means that the Switch 2 is really just a big bill I'm getting in the mail. when the Switch 2 is released, all it's gonna do is put a dent in my wallet. I will, of course, be excited for the games that come out for it when they do, but so far as being excited for the hardware itself, eh. Alright, let me catch up. I've fallen way behind. Remakes, Switch Online, third-party stuff. That's pretty much all I would expect, yeah. Pico 8 fantasy console. Yeah, I don't have any idea what the Pico 8 is next. I saw that post, but I don't actually I've heard the term before, but it's just something I don't really know anything about. Getting the Super Mario Brothers NES remake, sharper pixels for the low price of $59.99. Stream Kyle says, "Welcome in, Stream Kyle." That's the Nintendo model. No discounts, no sales. Every game full price for eternity. The second one. Schedules just happen to line up really well, Zergling says. I'm back to add competition to first poster again, StatCat says. I was getting self-conscious about how often I won. Recent release, the first public build of Picotron. I got too obsessed with searing steaks and cleaning a cast iron skillet tonight, Zergling says. Why I was late tonight. Oh, that cast iron, it seems like a full-time job. Will the Switch 2 be backward compatible? Zergling asks. Should be, StatCat says. I hope so, Derek says. They don't need to push the hardware too much. All we want is new levels of retro style. I mean, like, if Nintendo, like... If Nintendo suddenly decided that they weren't gonna make, that they were never gonna make another game, like, more powerful than the Super Nintendo, I'd be fine with that. You know, I'd play Super Mario World. Uh, I'd play Super Mario World and Link to the Past, like, level games until the end of time, happily, pretty much. Uh, I need a Discord invite, Derek says. Alright, send me a whisper, Derek, and I'll send you an invite at the end of the stream. If you're still around when another one of my mods shows up, then they might can do it quicker than I can. But we'll definitely get you in there. But if you could send me a whisper, that would be helpful to me to have something to remind me. Pico 8 is basically an emulation console, has its own specifications and everything, just doesn't have hardware playthrough emulation. NES Game Boy hybrid with modern game makers pumping out free games. Celeste was originally a Pico 8 game before it got worked on further. Oh. I thought the... Wait a moment. I don't understand now. Well, I just don't understand. I thought the Pico 8 was something very old. But you make it now sound like it's something that is new, and yet a game that came out several years ago was developed for it. So I don't know. I don't understand. I thought the Pico 8 was an old computer, like the Amiga or something. I think it's at least 8 years old. It's new to me. It's something I just discovered. Okay. Oh, what a coincidence. It has 8 in the title, and it's roughly 8 years old. I guess now's the perfect time to learn about it. It's relatively new. It's from 2015. It uses IUA or LUA. I don't know if that's a lowercase l or a capital I. As its programming language and runs in your browser. There isn't any emulation involved. LUA. Lua, I'm guessing. It's a great fake console, though. I have a friend who's making a game for it. Oh, right on. It's dubbed a fantasy console. Leo, welcome in. So as in it's like its own console, but it doesn't actually like exist in a box that you could like set on a table next to your TV or something, right? Thanks for the whisper, Derek. I'll be happy to get you. I'll be happy to get you a Discord invite. I just have to do it off the stream because I don't keep Discord open on my laptop. And I don't like to go poking around in my tablet midstream when I can avoid it. It's pretty incredible. Some awesome little games on it, Next says. I mean, if Celeste is I haven't played all the way through it, but I played enough to know that that's a really fantastic game. And if that, if the version that started on the Pico 8 was anything like what the final game ended up being, like, that's super impressive. Not that every game is necessarily going to be that, right? But that would definitely indicate the potential is there. Sark was saying this is such a terrible game to RA badge. I just had to check it out, and it looks like he was right. Does this game have... Does this game is on RA? I know Sark played it. He kept warning me not to. It was too late though. I mean, warning me not to play something is usually the best way to get me to play it. And funnily enough, I always end up kind of loving those games, right? I was warned not to play Time Tunnel. I was warned not to play Bubsy 3D. I was warned not to play this. Those are all up there in my top 10 list now. Yeah, Jump King is it's brutal, it's unforgiving, and this is the third quest, which is it's significantly more painful than the other two. I don't think it necessarily... I say that. I'm going to take that back a little bit. I actually don't think it necessarily has to be significantly more painful than the other two, but I've lost... If you play really carefully or really lucky, the actual, like, platforming itself isn't really that bad, but it is super brutal, in the amount of progress it'll take away from you in this on this quest. I was mistaken. I just played the game. No worries, no worries. I don't, I know Sark does all kinds of RA stuff, and I'm just not, I'm not familiar with what's there and what's not. I think they're up to the GameCube now with RA, but I didn't know if, like, they might also do it for, like, indie titles or something. I definitely believe it. Going through like 8 years of Pico 8 games just to get the cartridges, Nick says, which is crazy too. They're PNG images. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that too. I saw you fall down like 8 sections. Oh, it gets so much worse. uh, like every what would you call them? Like every sort of like environment is like 3 to 5 screens high. Like, you know, because there's the bog, and then there's this tower, and then there's like an open area made of bricks up there, and then there's a building where all the cats live, and there's a tower above that. And I've fallen out of that tower, that second tower way up there. I fell out of there all the way down to the very, very bottom. Twice. It's been twice now. I've fallen out of yeah, like 4 and like from 4 5. I've fallen through like 5 environments worth of height. Twice. It's awful. It's like 20 to 25 screens of progress that I fell. Oh no. Oh yuck. I'm doing so bad. Got some new Switch games last week, Derek says. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you shared. I don't think so. If you play this on the, I think is it the PlayStation that has trophies? If you play this on the, on the PS4, there are trophies that you can earn, and one of them is to beat the main game in like 15 minutes. One of the trophies, for this quest, there's a trophy to beat the game with no more than 2 falls. Which I don't know why. I don't even know why they bothered to extend you that quote unquote mercy. They might as well have just made it no falls. So luckily luckily I have a Switch, so luckily I don't have a PlayStation 4. I only have the Switch, so I don't have to challenge myself to those trophies. because of the thing about that is like, because I know I would unlock, I know I would unlock a trophy, like I would unlock some random trophy just by accident while I was playing, and then it would drive me out of my mind that I didn't have all of them. So I would basically never ever play anything else ever again. I'd have to devote the rest of my life to working on that trophy set. So thankfully the Switch doesn't have trophies. I can pretend like they don't exist. I'm glad the Switch doesn't have achievement stat kit. Says I've never been more happy. I've never been more happy. Got The Witcher 3, Ghostbusters, In Sound Mind, Skull Island, and Bayonetta 2. Well, I've never heard of In Sound Mind. Skull Island sounds like King Kong. Bayonetta games I know but have never played. I think I have the Ghostbusters game on the Switch. Never played it either, though. Not yet. I played a little bit of the Witcher, but only a few hours. That game is that game is not really for me. It seemed very impressive, but and I had fun with it for what I played, but it's too big. It's a really big game. It's pretty talky. It's not really for me. What was tonight's dinner, Frownies? Ergling asked. 4 eggs over easy. 1 1/4 pound beef hot dog. Is that one hot dog? Like one giant hot dog? And a pound of steak. Oh my goodness. Sounds like a big meal. Oh no, that's 1/4 pound beef hot dog. I read that as 1 1/4 pound. Oh wow, 2 pounds, 2 pounds of meat. I had tacos, Zergling. I just had just plain beef tacos. And they were pretty alright. That's what we had yesterday as well, actually. Sounds like some bulking eats to me, Leo says. Zergling's got a pretty particular meal plan. It's one meal a day and very heavily protein focused. Okay, yeah, the snake ring. So, I'm not unequipping it when I fall. I'm equipping it when I fall, because down here in the bog where the sand is deep, if you normally when you're in the bog, you can't walk. So like when I press the D-pad now, I'm just stuck in place. All I can do is hop. The snake ring, the snake ring lets you walk in deep terrain. But I have to take it off because the drawback to the snake ring is it lets you walk when you normally can't, but the drawback is it turns the entire universe into ice physics. So if I don't need it, I really don't want to wear it. I don't want to turn the whole world into ice. The game doesn't let you know that. You have to figure that out for yourself. And I believe Sark said that he never got the snake ring when he played, so he must have had a really terrible time. He must have had a really terrible time down here in the bog. I don't when I got the snake ring, I thought it was a troll. I thought it was a I thought it was a troll item because it took so long to I mean when I first got it, like it like all I figured out at first was that it makes everything slippery. And so I was like, "Oh, great." Because to get it, you have to go on this annoying little side quest where basically you throw away several hours worth of progress on purpose. So like that's why Sark didn't end up getting the ring, is because I imagine is because he didn't want to do that quest. I wasn't there for the playthrough, sadly, so I can't say, but I imagine it's just he didn't want to do that quest, so he didn't end up getting the ring. But I went and did that quest and I got the ring, and then when I tried it on, I thought the game was just mocking me. Just the developers saying, haha, we did that, we sent you all that way for an item that is nothing good. It just makes your game worse. But then I figured out, so I found out the way it works. I found out its benefit because it also, because snow also works like the bog. You can't walk around in snow, and I ended up, it was just the logic of like slippery movement being like easier movement occurred to me while I was in the snow, and so I tried the ring out and it worked. I was like, oh, this is good. I can put 2 pounds of steak away if I want to. Well, yeah, I mean, I could eat that much. I could eat that much meat at one time too. But that just sounded like more than you usually. That sounded like that would have been a larger meal than what you usually share. In Sound Mind is indie horror FPS game, Derek says. Sounds pretty carnivore. Not too hard to clear. Carnivore is technically just 70% meat or more. I was going to say The Witcher isn't your kind of game, but I loved it, Derek says. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a... I don't, like, what I play... Like, I had fun for what I played of it. I didn't have a bad time playing it, but it's just not something I'd want to stick with, because, it's not my kind of game. It's very, very story-focused, and... just overwhelmingly big. Sorry, Sark is secretly a glutton for punishment. I mean, I don't know if that's a secret. I like how making incredibly infuriating games became a thing. I think this is really the first game of its kind that I've played. I've played, I think. I don't know if I've played anything else that's like intentionally like that's designed to make you rage like this is. I've played stuff that's as bad as this, like in its rage factor, but unintentionally so. Like, I've definitely played stuff that's frustrating, but it's usually because it's so broken. Dr. Evil Knievel is the worst thing I've ever played, and like so far, like it has an immense frustration factor. But I mean, I guess it's made to be frustrating on purpose. It can't be made to be that frustrating though, right? I don't know. I'm having an argument with myself. But I like immensely challenging games. I don't necessarily like go out of my way for frustrating games, or at least I didn't used to. I may very well in the future. Once this one's done, I'll probably have to pick out something else of its caliber, but I do pick up. I am drawn to games that are very challenging. Yeah, so I can't play Getting Over It. I thought I would play that one, but I can't because it's not on the Switch. So I'm locked out of that one because of no Switch port. I love The Witcher 3, potentially my favorite game ever, Leo says. Oh, thank you for the follow, by the way. I'm not great at calling those out in a timely manner, but I am very grateful for it. I love story-driven RPGs. Yeah, I'm kind of the opposite on that. I would like to like RPGs more, but I'm not really so much into story. I'm not so much into story heavy games. I like things that are much more like gameplay focused and very like active, like, you know, athletic, acrobatic gameplay stuff. So basically platformers. Platformers and action games. Things that are really heavy on like story and menu stuff don't speak to me so much. I like the idea, like the thing that's really appealing to me about RPGs is I like the idea of exploring like the worlds that they create for RPGs, like going around the world and like seeing the sights and meeting the characters and such. But I don't like that menu-based gameplay stuff. I don't like numbers systems in games, stats and levels and such. And I really don't like forced story segments that go on for like more than just a few seconds at a time. So it makes it really hard. It makes it really hard for me to try out those kinds of games. That's not to say I haven't ever enjoyed them, but because like I did get fairly obsessed with Pokemon Blue when I was a kid, and I do love Paper Mario. So there's a couple out there, but they're very rare. They're very rare for me. Oh, we played Mystic Quest as well. And Mystic Quest was pretty fun. It was a very like low effort kind of game. But I enjoyed it for what it was. I'd probably never play it again, though. Paper Mario I would play again someday. Like, 20 years from now. Mystic Quest I don't think I'd ever play again. So, Knights of the Old Republic was amazing to me, along with Dragon Age games and Mass Effect, Leo says. My sister really likes Mass Effect. She and her husband played through. She was telling me that she and her husband played through all of those a little while back. QWOP runner, then. I'm guessing that's another Rage game. That one I haven't heard of. Just watch Project Alf. I'm a big Alf fan, and that was a movie that picked up from the show, Derek says. I can't say I've heard of that. Hey, Chozo, welcome in. We've got a little bit going on tonight. Jump King's not going particularly well, though. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle to get up off the ground. Well, I hear something nuts that just happened. My roommate dropped his gun and it fired, Leo says. That sounds terrifying. I hope everything's okay. I mean, I assume it is if you're... If you're already able to share about it. That's highly alarming. Shot into the ceiling. I remember Alf from when I was really, really little. I couldn't tell you much about it. I can hear his voice. He had a very distinctive voice. I can hear that in my head. Kind of, like I would know. I remember it enough, like, you know, like I know what Alf looks like. I know what he sounds like. I remember he liked to eat cats, right? So, can't. I don't know if I can get on board with this Alf guy. He sounds like a monster to me. That's about it. That's pretty much the only things I remember about him. Is he's an alien and he always wanted to eat the family cat. Oh, I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you, Zergling. I don't think we're making it back up there tonight. Maybe not even this week. I've played so badly. I've played so badly at this the last couple times we played it. It's distressing. It was so quiet, my mind went to a dark place. Hopefully you didn't have to stay there very long. I remember having books with tapes, and they read you the story. I remember those being a thing. I don't know if I actually owned any. Um, oh, I actually I do have one. I do have one. I've never listened to the tape though. I have is it a book? I don't know if it's a book. I have a Super Mario Brothers cassette tape. That's it's a piece of movie merchandise. I don't know if it's a book though. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's on the tape. It's in a big package, and I think it has a poster. It might just be a poster in a cassette tape. I'd have to double check. But there might be a storybook in there too. But yeah, I remember storybooks with cassette tapes, or storybooks with like are they 8-inch vinyl records? That were basically the same thing. They were like read along kind of things. I suppose though I don't have any memories of it. I suppose I must have enjoyed Alf at some point, or someone thought I did, because I had a very large Alf stuffed animal when I was a kid. Like, life-sized. Like a life-sized Alf doll. When my sister and I played with stuffed animals when we were kids, we would include the Alf doll in the game, but we called him the King and gave him the personality of Elvis. Or, you know, what we imagined the personality of Elvis to be. Not really knowing any more about him than we did about Alf. Your sister got you a plush last year for Christmas. They were gonna make a new show. I thought part of Alf's whole thing was he was supposed to be a secret. I guess I don't really know if that's true, but I just imagine, because that seems to be the case with all those types of any type of sort of fantastical character living with modern family trope. Oh. I'm having a much harder time with this tonight. I'm missing lots of jumps that I really feel like I shouldn't. Oh, that screen right there is just... both of those jumps are horribly difficult, and the punishment for missing either of them is the same, and it's devastating. How are you supposed to come back from that? It's just so difficult. It's just so difficult. Jump King, why are you not my friend? No. Oh, we were so close. I was like one jump away. Ah, that hurts. Isn't that always the ways they're going? Clear the hardest jumps just to fall to the easy one. Awesome. We're going back down to bedrock too. You can play the whole game again. Hey, Refnir, welcome in. Welcome to the beginning of Jump King. Hey, Happy Pen, welcome in. Proud of me. I'll gladly accept the GGs. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it would be any different. That's all, it's all stuff on Twitch's end. We are a very, very long way from, we're a very, very long way from hitting, Twitch partner status. Yeah, if you're getting hit with extra ads, there's been literally no changes on my end. So I can't offer you anything but sympathy. I've been playing this and Loop Hero lately. Loop Hero. I don't think I know about that game. I'll offer you my sympathy for playing Jump King, too, though. If I could 100% disable ads without losing the other, like, perks of being an affiliate, I would do so in a heartbeat. I can't see, like, unless you're drawing thousands of viewers. Unless you're drawing thousands of viewers, you are not making enough ad revenue to make it worth annoying people with ads. I would gladly trade my fractions of pennies of ad revenue to have my viewers not be annoyed by ads. Hey, cows, welcome in. Resubbed. Well, thank you, EpiPen. I appreciate that very much. I didn't get the alert in the activity feed, so I'm not sure offhand how many months it's been, but thank you very much. Did I say welcome in, cows? Welcome to the stream, cows. Welcome to Jump King. I'm feeling the weight of the bog tonight. I like watching your channel because it's very similar to my best friend / roommate in college, just letting it play out. It should be 3 by the warnings. Thank you for the 3 months, EpiPen. Very much appreciate your generosity, my friend. How are we jumping tonight? We are jumping rather poorly, cows. I got really close to making it back up to the cats one time. I blundered pretty spectacularly, though. I missed what should have been a relatively easy jump. It wasn't like I missed a free jump, though. Like, it wasn't... It wasn't as bad as it could have been. I'd sit on the couch and watch him play whatever. He used to play GTA 4 And stop at all the red lights? While I like to think of myself as the perfect model citizen behind the wheel, such I can't think of the right adjective. That doesn't translate. Well, it doesn't translate into the video game world, is all I'm saying. Hey, Master Tuesday, welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you. When I was in high school, my best friend and I, whenever we would hang out, usually one of us would be playing a game and the other would be just kind of just kind of hanging out and watching. Usually it was him. Usually he was usually I would hang out at his place and he would play through something on single player and I would just kind of come along for the ride. But not exclusively. That, or we'd take turns in something like, we played a lot of GTA 3 and Vice City. Passing the controller back and forth, but all of my turns were just chaos. All I did was cause mayhem and waste resources. Peak couch co-op is Frogs and Flies for Atari, Herafner says. I'll have to try that one. I'm warming up to do a stand-up at open mic. Just got back from the bar. I have a book of jokes, but I haven't gone up yet. I wish you good luck. I've done the open mic thing a few times. Not comedy, but music. In college, I did an open mic thing, and I was the only person that showed up willing to perform. And so for the whole night, I kept going back on stage for 2 hours. At the end of the night, the proprietor gave me gift vouchers for 4 large pizzas. It's the most I've ever made. It's the most I've ever made performing. That's a lot of pizza. It was great. It was great. 4 pizzas goes a long way in college. 4 pizzas goes a long way now. Let me catch up. Happy Tuesday, you two. Though it isn't particularly one for me today, Tuesday says. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Hopefully I can at least offer you a bit of a pleasant distraction. I'm half joking. It's terrible. No. What did you do that night? I had my guitar and I played a bunch of just basically I played every song I knew. It wasn't a bar, it was a coffee shop type place, and at the time I was playing a lot of like 60s and 70s like singer-songwriter type stuff. So I basically just played everything I had memorized over the course of the night. Like what songs? Oh, it would have been just like Simon and Garfunkel stuff, Gordon Lightfoot. I think I was... I might have been listening to Iron and Wine by then too. It's been a very long time. A pretty hefty tip. The pizzas, and the only other time I got food for my music was a Twinkie. I had my guitar case out one time when I was playing, and people, you know, would toss me a few coins and whatnot, but someone gave me a Twinkie. I think that's it. I think that's the only other time I got food. It's kind of surprising, like, because I would think that would happen a little more. I would have thought that would happen a little more often. High five, thank you, EpiPen. And I did get a bottle of mead once, but that was like a competition prize. That wasn't like a tip. No! Oh, I missed another easy jump. Mostly going now to keep my energy for comedy up. I've written a lot of jokes. I haven't been to a lot of live comedy situations. And the one I remember most clearly, the poor guy on stage absolutely bombed. It was horrifically awkward for everyone in the room. I don't remember, like, it's I don't remember it in super, like, I don't remember it in detail. Not really. I couldn't really relate anything that he said. I just remember it not being very good from the start, and like he knew it wasn't going well and commented on the fact that it wasn't going well, and then took the opportunity to try to make a joke about a mass shooting that had occurred like 3 days earlier, and then like and then there was there was no chance of recovery after that. And then it just dragged on for like way too many more minutes of pain. Yeah. That literally happened tonight, EpiPen says. If you can't sing or play an instrument, you're bad at a talent. If you bomb at jokes, that's your core personality that's being hated on. Well, I mean, I prefer not to think about it too much like that because, I mean, I opened the stream with a joke that doesn't quite land virtually every night. Hey, Sark, welcome in. I hope you're doing well tonight, my friend. I don't know if your ears were burning earlier. We were talking about you a little bit. How you just talking about how you had braved this this dark forest before. That you were a veteran of the Jump King Nightmare experience. I did warn you. I had a chat member saying that they had heard horror stories about your playthrough, and now they'd finally seen the game, and that it looks about as bad as it sounds. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but I think I'm close to accurate. It's been rough tonight. I've almost escaped the bottom half of the map twice, and it's been a real gut punch. Missing it both times. What do you mean? All your puns land just like all your jumps do, Cal says. Oh no. Cows, you're supposed to be on my side. It's a good thing I'm safely submerged underwater. I would have been incinerated from that burn otherwise. Yeah, right before the cat tower. And here's the thing, Sark, but here's the thing. I made the hard jumps and missed the easy ones. both the times I fell up there tonight. I missed easy jumps. Oh yeah. No, filling 5+ minutes of silence is a daunting task. I would be quite nervous trying to put together a 5-minute comedy set. I would I would still probably lean heavily into the I would still probably lean pretty heavily into the dad joke style though. Yeah, not exactly, but you know, something that's sort of around that caliber. If I had to if I had to fill a set, I would probably try to sort of crib the style of like Stephen Wright or Mitch Hedberg. They're you know, the dad jokes fit very well into the logic of the kind of jokes that to their kind of jokes. And sometimes they just straight up are those. Playing jank games is a solid understanding and healthy sense of humor. Mitch Hedberg was a one-line master. Yeah, he was pretty great. I like this stuff. I'm always on your side, Cow says. I am indescribably grateful for it too, Cows. We're at the 2 hour mark, so I'm gonna try and make one more run. I'm gonna try and make one more run for the cat tower, but if I basically I think we're gonna get out of the bog here, but I think I'm gonna say next time I hit the bog, we're gonna quit Jump King for the night. We've pretty much put in our 2 hours, and I really want to play our next game and make sure we have a lot of time for it, because it might be very cool. So let's see. We're gonna say this is our last attempt for the night. If I hit the bog, we're gonna throw in the towel. My goal is not offensive, but universally relatable, EpiPen says. I can write one-liners, but it's not my style. As a whole, I've been learning that. It's fine at the dinner table, but it's not my style. When you write a joke and you realize nobody else has thought of that, that is cool. Puns are just shared jokes, and that's great. Telling jokes is fun. But like Mitch Hedberg wrote one-liners and puns for days that nobody ever heard of, right? Hours of them. That's what makes him great. Every fall on that screen results in coming all the way back down here. Oh. That's such a painful screen. Well, we don't escape the bottom of the world tonight, my friends. Oh, cool. Hey, Laser, welcome in. Hope your week is getting off to a great start. We're kind of just wrapping up Jump King here. I'm going to try and get out of the bog, and then I think we're going to call it quits with this one for the night. I don't want to leave myself in the bog. I don't want to leave myself having to come back to it. But we've put in our time, and can I ask you something about your beard? I need help. You can. My answer is probably going to be not very useful to you. But fire away. I don't mind to share at all. I wish that were, yeah. Yeah, not wrapping up as in finishing the game. Wrapping up as in giving up for the night. Packing it away so it can be future Frownie's problem. I'm starting to get a beard and my skin is turning. Not like a disease, I just have sensitive skin. What can I do? Oh, I don't really think I have a useful answer to that. I mean, I didn't think I would, because here's the thing. My entire beard care regimen is don't shave. I don't put any. I never trim. I almost never trim or style my beard. I don't use any special shampoo or oils or anything like that. So like if I shave my beard completely off, when I let it grow out, like I don't really break out, but I mean it does get itchy for the first like couple days. But my hair tends to grow rather quickly, so that phase doesn't last all that long, and I just kind of historically I've just kind of endured it. But so far as what to do for like sensitive skin, I don't really have any advice. I think I shaved too much in the past. The hair doesn't grow anymore, so I have to do something else. Sometimes I do have jelly cut my beard back down to like an inch in length. And sometimes I'll shave on the cheeks just to clean it up a little bit, but I do virtually nothing to maintain my beard. So uh, use hair softener and conditioners on your face, EpiPen says. That's all you can do. I've never been much of a for like even like shampoos and conditioners. I just use one plain. All I use is Ivory soap. I've got a bar of Ivory soap. I use one bar of soap head to toe. That's my only cleaning tool. That's all I need. I mean, all right, I do have toothpaste and deodorant and a couple other things, but like it's very minimal. My I've never had much color in my facial hair, so it's very stiff. Frownie has a brown beard, which means colored beard. The less color, the more stiff. Is that so? The more stiff, the more irritable? Think I know what I have to do. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't have a great answer for you. I couldn't be like tell you exactly, you know, that I'd been there and knew exactly what to do. All right, we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch games, my friends. I tried to know Vim Beard for years and years, EpiPen says. My beard's pretty brown for now, but that's my days of the solid brown beard are quickly fleeting. there's an awful lot of gray in there. I found out why I can't. It's the blonde/gray color in my facial hair all my life. I'm gonna take a very short BRB, my friends. Just a few minutes away, and when I get back, we're gonna try out this new game, Animal Well. I have very high hopes for it, so let's hope they don't get dashed. Thank you for enduring Jump King with me. We'll probably play more Jump King tomorrow. I posted a schedule in the Discord, but you can probably ignore that. We're probably going to play, well, let's just wait and see. If Animal Well goes well, my plan is to mostly play Jump King in that this week, and kind of not worry about the schedule that I wrote. But I guess I probably should be careful not to speak too soon. There's a good chance of Jump King tomorrow night, though. I want to see you beat Jump King. Me too, EpiPen. Me too. If I make a Jump King GIF, consider it, please. Like a piece of artwork. Right on. Alright, I'll be back with you in just a moment, my friends.